Hello, everybody, and welcome. Today, I have my husband with me. Hello. I also have Christian with me. Today, we're going to be talking about our experience with our past 2 Disney trips. We did take our first official family vacation in September of 2022 for Roman's 4th birthday, and then we just recently, in August of 2023, went on a huge family trip with 13 people.
Big trip.
7 kids and 6 adults, right? So we just kind of wanted to talk about our experience because it was 2 completely different experiences. This little one wants to grab the microphone right there. So as many of you know, some of you have followed along with my vlogs, we did go to Disney's Yacht Club Resort for the first time. So I guess we'll start there and talk about that experience. We went with my mom, so we've yet to go on a trip where it's just been just our family. We've always kind of had someone there with us to help take care of our kids,
which is a big help. That's not like that's the reason why we take people. I think the first time was just, I've never been to Disney World. I knew nothing. I just knew I wanted to go. I didn't realize what came with the planning, though. I just thought it was like a Six Flags where you could just get your tickets and go ride the rides, do whatever. And she was just like, no.
There's so much planning that goes into it, and that's why I highly recommend that you do use a travel advisor. Me.
A little pixie dust coming down on you.
Yes. But I do want to, I don't necessarily want to focus on one trip and then talk about another because I feel like we'll be here for like 40 minutes to an hour. So I kind of just want to go in segments. The first thing that I want to talk about with you, because obviously he just explained he's never been like a Disney goer, and I have converted him in recent years. I want to first start talking about the difference between our deluxe experience versus our moderate. So, in other words, Disney's Yacht Club versus Caribbean Beach. What was your first impression with Disney's Yacht Club?
My first impression was just overall, just the size of Disney World, was just massive.
It's
I didn't realize the first time around how big it was and how long. I honestly didn't realize how long it was going to take to get there. Not that it took long, but I just thought here's a resort and then the park's real close. Right next. No, not at all. But Yacht Club coming out, it was just, I don't know. I felt so
immersed.
More important. I felt really important.
The way they treat you.
The second you get off the buses and the second you go up to the baggage people, concierge, it's just you are just the VIP.
Yeah.
And they're there to take care of you and get you where you need to go. And I did feel like I got my money's worth. Is it expensive? It is expensive, but I got my money's worth, I'd say. And the resort was beautiful. The interior, the lobby, beautiful.
Our view from the balcony was amazing. I mean, if you go back and watch my reaction, just seeing it, because we had hyped it up to each other. We were like, oh, it's going to be a water view. It's going to be so good going out there on the balcony and drinking coffee. I don't even think I drank coffee on the balcony, but I did go out there a couple times. We could see the fireworks from our balcony.
From Epcot,
just amazing location, beautiful view. Oh my God, I loved it.
As far as the rooms, the design, and I guess the aesthetics of everything, easily, I'd say a 9.3 out of 10 for sure.
The cleanliness was really nice.
Cleanliness was big.
Now the market, remember the market?
Right, that's what I was going to get into.
It was so small. It was very slim pickings there, and I wish it was bigger. I wish the gift shop was bigger too, because I'm going to compare it to Caribbean Beach here in a second.
The market at Yacht Club, like she said, was just so small. That was the most underwhelming thing, but they do have multiple restaurants in that area, which is nice. It's not fancy, you didn't need
quick service.
No, the steakhouse, you got to dress formal. It's not so much formal, but you can't just go in, I think, swim trunks and whatnot, tank tops.
Right, there's a dress code.
Yeah, there you go, dress code. So that's what they got going for themselves, was the restaurants, but the market itself, so small, so tiny, and it's the whole area would be nice if it was all market, but obviously it's half a quarter of it's a market and the rest of it's a gift shop.
Right.
So tons of merch and, stuff to get, which is cool, which is nice. They have a lot, but
there weren't many hot options, I feel.
No.
It was maybe like 5 to 6
a lot
items.
of pastries. They had a lot of pastries, a lot of like quick bites, just desserts or donuts, cookies, brownies, and then a lot of cool stuff, cold sandwiches, but nothing great, nothing like that you want. A few things were good, but they did have the Hannah Banana? What is it? The Banana Cabana? Hannah Banana.
Hurricane Hannah's.
Hurricane Hannah.
The pool bar. I'll give you a little bit of credit because Banana Cabana is the Caribbean beaches.
Okay, that's where I got it mixed up. Okay.
What'd you call it?
Hannah Banana Cabana. But they had that. That's where you can get your burgers and your stuff, so that was nice.
The French fries, I will say, at Disney World, I really like. I don't want to dwell on that too much, but I really like their French fries. Every time, I'm just like, damn, these are really good. That's basically the gist of Yacht Club. The pool was so good at Yacht Club. Well, it's
Would you argue that it's like top? I don't want to say top 5, top 3
in Disney World.
Yeah, like as for just resorts, not obviously the the water parks, but just the resorts. Would you say it's top 3 with that everything it has to offer?
I think everybody would. I think everybody would say that it is the top.
Because that pool is also shared with
Beach Club.
Club.
A lot of videos that you watch on YouTube, people will say that the Yacht and Beach Club, what's it called? Stormalong Bay is like a mini water park. And that it is the best pool on property. It's huge. I got lost at some point. I lost you and Roman.
Yeah, I would put it at top, like number 1 as far as resort pools and stuff, because
the sand bottoms.
They had a jacuzzi, the lazy pool, the lazy river. The lazy river goes around, and there's a lot of drop offs. Surprisingly, like you'll be walking at like treading deep. 4 foot, 5 foot. All of a sudden, it'll just drop to like I think 7 or 8.
I didn't get to go on the slide because I was pregnant.
Oh, the slide is fun. That's fun. I mean, it's a walk away from the pool, but it's worth it. It's this cool, awesome pirate themed, and the mast is actually collapsed and it goes straight into the pool, which is nice. I only did it once, and it was a very gloomy, cooler day for Orlando.
It stormed that night that we actually had our pool day.
They actually shut down the pool and got everybody out because the thunder and lightning was coming through.
So another thing about Yacht Club that I want to talk about is the transportation. I think that is prime location. That whole area, any resort in that area, or arguably on the Skyliner route is, for me, that's where I want to stay. So Boardwalk, Yacht and Beach Club, Pop Century, Art of Animation, and Caribbean Beach and Riviera. Those all are on the Skyliner route, so I just feel like you have such ease of access to everything. You have access to 2 parks, Hollywood Studios and Epcot, and then along with that you get access to all of those restaurants, which it's just a beautiful Skyliner right away. I don't know, I just feel like the location is just prime location. You could take the boat, you could walk, you could take
I would say if you are an Epcot person, like if your spouse or whoever, just if Epcot's your park, you cannot go wrong with staying at Beach Club, Yacht Club, Boardwalk, any of those resorts right there. Prime. I would argue that Yacht Club is more prime than all of them.
Really?
Yeah, I would say. I mean, the only one in comparison I would say just from walking and seeing what they got is Boardwalk. Obviously because Beach Club shares with Yacht Club, but Boardwalk, while it is on the other side of the river, or what do they call it, the lagoon, the market at Boardwalk is huge. When I walked around, I mean, it was like maybe a 7-minute walk, but you walk in and it's a whole like freaking 2 or 3 stores put together. Just it's very narrow, but it's long, and it's got your bread, your ham, cheese, milk, eggs, dairy, all dairy products, all your essentials. That's where the pizza was. We wanted pizza that night, and they had some really good pizza. So
it's expensive.
I can't remember what it was called, but it's really good pizza. Yes, expensive.
So next I want to talk about Caribbean Beach, which is a moderate resort. It is the top of the moderate resorts, and when I say top, I mean like it is the most expensive moderate resort. And I feel like that's simply because of the Skyliner route. That's why I wanted to stay there with our family. There was also a promotion going on at the time that had a discount on the rooms there. So we were spread out amongst 3 different rooms, the 13 of us.
Yeah.
It was a lot. It was a lot, and also we went in August, so I didn't even think like, oh crap, August is like the hottest month of the year, because September was so great. Like, I mean,
it was a good in between.
It was hot, but it was
not too hot. There were some days, but like every day in August felt like was hot.
It felt like
brutal.
The sun was kissing the atmosphere. It was
just brutal. And the humidity was horrible.
And there was no rain. And I was banking on rain. We had ponchos and everything. It maybe lightly just drizzled on us. And obviously when you're hot and you're tired, and then thankfully like we had Genie Plus and everything figured out for that trip. So like we weren't waiting in crazy long lines. I would never wait. And
no.
I don't think with kids I would wait longer than 40 minutes.
See, I'm different.
Frozen we waited a good amount. I don't know how long. But...
Some rides I will wait for when there's a nice, you know, like if you can get in and then the rest, like, so as long as you're inside the building and then the queue from there is 40 minutes, I'll wait. Because there's AC, it's nice and cool, it's usually dark. But if you're outside, not even inside the building, and it's like a 40-minute wait from there to inside, and then plus another 40 on, no, forget about it. Just move on and, hope for later that you can get on it.
Let's talk rooms at Caribbean Beach. I knew what to expect. I feel like he was underwhelmed.
I was, and it's only because Yacht Club was my first resort, and she told me from the beginning when we first booked our first Disney trip that we're staying deluxe. And staying deluxe, it's like you're going to the top. Everything afterwards is not going to be near that, like, same level of, like, hypeness and excitedness and all that stuff. I understood that, whatever. But I was really, really kind of disappointed with Caribbean Beach. Now, overall, the resort, I thought, is a cool idea. I like how it's all separated into different islands. But the caveat to that is just, obviously, you are so far from like the main hub area, you know, the dining, the pool, and whatever other utilities that you need, whether it's like a washing machine or something like that. And also the big thing for me was motel. I don't like motel style, like where you're outside on the balcony and you walk into. So don't like that. Didn't like that I was on the second deck. Now, obviously, I'm dad, so I'm the one carrying the stroller, the bags, or whatever. And so were my brothers. They were helping us out too. We had a lot of babies for the trip. But when you're carrying, 2 strollers? 2 strollers?
2 strollers.
We had 2 strollers. And it's such a hassle getting the kids and everything into one stroller to just have to take it all out and to go put it all right back in. We just load everybody up in the stroller, and we pick up the stroller. You know, 2 of us would take it up the stairs on the second deck and then continue on, and vice versa. It got tiring, and I got very...
over it?
Yeah, I was over it. I'd say, like, maybe the first day, honestly. So, like, coming down, going to the park's cool. I was like, I'm not going to touch these stairs for another 12, 13 hours. But then the second we got back after a long day at the park, and again, it was hot, it was humid.
Yeah.
And just everyone is so just dead and just wants to relax. And then you get back after walking all that time and you got the freaking stairs. Do not recommend if you have babies.
Now, Caribbean Beach is the only moderate resort, that does not have an elevator. The other ones do. So like Port Orleans and Coronado Springs, they have elevators to take you from floor to floor. Caribbean Beach, for some reason, is the only one that doesn't have an elevator, and that makes no sense. I don't know why they did that.
If you're going with the stroller, you're SOL if you're on the second deck. That's all I'm saying. Now, if it was first floor, my whole outlook would have been a little bit better on the entire resort. Also, the rooms. Outdated.
They just recently remodeled them. But all of them now.
Oh, now, but when we were there, they were, I think the building right next to us was actually getting remodeled. Our building wasn't.
Refreshed.
Refurbished.
So, like, hardwood floors. and new paint, new curtains. His mom's room, I will let him talk about.
So the second day when we were there, everyone kind of woke up with like real stuffy, real just like congested, and didn't understand really why. Maybe we just thought, obviously, coming from, you know,
Indiana to Florida,
probably, you know, difference in temperatures and just settings. I wanted to look at, I guess, the cleanliness, and, you know, started like really looking at everything. And when I looked under the bed, I kid you not, it was probably about 3 inches thick of just dust, bunnies, everything, just right under the bed. And our room, my room, didn't have that, but my mom's room did have that. And I just thought that was like really disgusting. It really just kind of, I don't know, takes away that like importance feel that I got at Yacht Club. And then we had issues with our AC units.
But they were very good about getting to us and fixing it. They were
They were good about that, yes. And they were very apologetic. Yacht Club had a standard, and I understand everyone's different, but I figured across the board with Disney and everybody would just have the same standard.
I think another thing I want to talk about is the food, like the lobby area, and I can't remember what the food court area was called. I think the theming is beautiful. I love Caribbean vibes, beach vibes. That's what kind of why we've gone to Yacht and Beach Club and now Caribbean Beach. That's my vibe for a vacation. That is my thing. They had a lot to offer. We did not eat at Caribbean Beach's market because we were so close to Riviera. We stayed in Aruba, and I'm not going to make this about Riviera, but Primo Piatto is so good. That resort does not miss. Riviera does not miss. It is just so good. The food, their quick service, their restaurant,
the cleanliness, just the whole resort as a whole. The whole resort.
It's so good.
You know, I know we didn't stay there, and I know I gave Yacht Club like number 1, but the second we stay there, I feel like that will switch to Riviera. But that's why Riviera is not my number 1 spot right now.
Because we haven't been.
We're
not talking about Riviera, though.
I'm sorry, I know.
We'll talk about that in another video.
Sorry.
Otherwise, it's going to be a super long video. So the only food that we actually ate at Caribbean Beach's market was ice cream the night before we left. But they had a lot of options there, I feel. I feel like they had significantly more than Yacht Club. The last thing about Caribbean Beach that I do want to talk about is the pool. I think their pool is really beautifully themed. It's like, what is it themed to?
I don't know if it's towards Spain, but I want to say it's El Morro just because of the...
I think it's something like that.
Yeah, that's a fort in Puerto Rico. Beautiful theme. They also got slides.
I think it was so much fun. I loved the slide there.
The slide was fun.
And they had a kiddie one too, like a smaller one.
Did they?
I didn't go down it.
Okay, that's what I thought. I was like, did they have a small one?
I think it was beautiful. 0 entry pool to walk into, and because we had like a bunch of younger kids, I feel like that was perfect for them. There was a hot tub there too. Mm-hmm. The pool bar, so good. The chicken wings there. I think I had a margarita or something. My drink was amazing.
The only complaint about the pool area, I will say, were the bees.
The bees. There were a lot of bees.
There were a lot of bees.
That's the first time I've ever seen bees in Disney.
Yeah.
It was really weird.
I mean, second time there, but like, yeah, I've never seen bees. I've never had a problem. Never got bit by a mosquito. Never seen a mosquito. They were just chilling at the garbage. They were chilling on the tables.
They kept coming by us. I can't with bees.
But they weren't like threatening bees. They were just
around. Let me get in your business.
Like, don't freak out if you see all the bees. She was freaking out.
Overall, that's really what we wanted to talk about, was just our different experiences between staying moderate and deluxe. I would love to hear your guys' experience if you've ever stayed at Disney World, or if you plan on staying there soon and you're staying on property. Even if you're not staying on property, maybe you're going to be at a good neighbor hotel. I would love to hear that as well. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this type of video with my husband giving some of his input as a Disney dad.
Thanks to this lovely woman here.
Yep. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.